Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Green Man Gaming channel. Today you have me, MsYutani, and we are going to take a look at Broken Sword. The first one, except it's not the first edition, it's the director's cut. So it has new content that I've never seen before. So new stuff for me to look at. Let's see who is in the chat. Hello, Incognito, Theoban, Duke, any other lurkers who are choosing to join us today. Thank you for being here. I am a little nervous, so do forgive me if I make any terrible errors. Also, feel free to backseat me if I get stuck on any problems. Right. Right. Let's get going. My cursor working? Yeah, it is. Always a good start. New game.
Paris, city of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too, but ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death. I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty? You're too kind, madame.
Ah, the talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father.
Did he just
He
lick
was a
her?
great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Garçon!
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Of course we're going to start our own investigation. We have no time to wait for the popo. Right, move the mouse pointer around the screen to discover areas of interest. Animating blue circle. Left mouse button to perform the action. Briefcase. Entry. Diary icon. Diary. Question mark for hints. Spanner icon to save. I don't recall there being hints in the original version. Hello, Kimino. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in today. Right, Moida. Let's see what we can see. We interfere with police work.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before, and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
Costume killer. They added the hint book thing for this. Written by John Walker of RPS. That is a good fact.
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
It's the same voice actress for this, as far as I can tell. What have we got tucked in here?
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
So you've tampered with the evidence. To use an inventory item, background object, click on that item and hold the mouse button and drag it over things. Gold outline. Okay. Well, I don't want to drag it onto... Oh, something went gold then.
No.
No. Okay, fair enough.
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
It's the nose pass.
I opened his eyes. Best to leave the crime scene as I found it.
I'm just standing in this room messing around with corpses' eyes. That's standard behaviour.
It was one of my hair clips. My favourite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
See how this inventory works.
It was one of my hair clips.
Ah, okay.
My favourite, in fact.
Right-clicking brings up a little description.
It was a boat ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. When I was a little girl, Papa used to take me on the Bateau Mouche as a treat.
What a treat. Alright, let's have a look at the diary. Relaxing in Bath when I was disturbed by a phone call from my editor, Ronnie. He asked me to interview Pierre Carchon. I should put on a French accent for this. Media tycoon, serial philanderer, on the case like a shot. Creepy mime outside the Carchon's apartment. Madame Carchon cold as ice. Monsieur Carchon suave and charming, living up to his reputation. Played along with his flirtation. Mime beckoned as I walked to him. He punched me, knocked me out. Must get to the bottom of the story before the police arrive. This is the break I have waited for. Let's have a look at this wound. I didn't even put a French accent on. I can if you like. Le baguette.
Carchon had been shot.
Well, we know he was shot. Anything else I can click on here? I don't really want to keep prodding his eyeballs. Okay.
A bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
La France. What is this?
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job.
Extremely professional.
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Fair enough.
The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
As you do. I always carry my foldable ladder. See, now the first time, and in fact the only time I've played this was on the PlayStation back in the 90s. So these graphics are a little bit updated. And this whole section for the director's cut, this wasn't in the original game. So this is all new to me.
Pierre Carchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room.
Yep, PlayStation, I got it. I traded something in. Picked up Broken Sword. And I got as far as an infamous puzzle, which I don't think we'll reach today, but yeah, it stumped me.
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
Back in those days, of course, we didn't have online internet walkthroughs.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
Okay, let's find them. Or admire the art.
A medieval pageant. Original, no doubt. The tapestry must have cost a fortune.
What's this? Am I examining the butt?
A Louis XIV table with an antique cloth. Imelda had taste. But hey, with a husband that rich, taste is easy.
That certainly has a lot of expensive stuff. What's this?
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Whoosh. What is this?
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Good job I picked up something smaller. Oh, there we go.
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
What is that I've just picked up? Just the...
A key. Maybe a safe key.
Oh, a safe key.
The cloth was embroidered with an unusual symbol.
Okay. Close the knapsack. Check out the art here.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that. It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the colour I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favourite colour.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Sorry about your husband. I'm just gonna steal your paint.
The tube of paint from Imelda's easel. French ultramarine.
Let's speak to Imelda. Seems like the right thing to do.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Okay, this works. What's this? I don't know who the middle guy is. Let's ask about the husband, I guess.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Any more about him?
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way.
Who's this young man?
How did your husband know my father?
Okay, my
I
father.
have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Casting aspersions. Let's ask about the mime.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
How dare she? How very dare she? Oh, what's this? This is new. Got angels and devils options. Should I be nice? Should I be nasty? Anyone in chat want to weigh in? Nice or nasty? Nice or nasty? Because I'm tempted to go nasty. I mean, she was horrible. Yeah. Let's be mean. Although, I mean, I can understand why she is a little sour about things. But still, it's more fun to be nasty.
I certainly don't let it get in the way of a good story.
I admire your loyalty to your profession.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
I'm going to stick with devil horns.
Because you have no choice. The police will take weeks, in which time your own life may be in danger.
What?
Believe me, this killer has struck before, and he will strike again. Who is to know that you are not next on his list?
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
I think perhaps you do have a moral sense. Of sorts. You're not a very good liar, Nico Collard. And I share your low opinion of the police.
Oh.
Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Hey, kudos. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
dropping in.
I promise you won't regret this.
I've just remembered a thing. Apologies, I will be 2 seconds. What did we do? We got the key to Pierre's room. And we both have a dislike of the police. How do I walk back this way?
The tapestry must have cost a fortune.
Keep going, keep going. I don't think I wanted to go back in this room. Oh, I have a cloth. I have a cloth. Maybe I can use it on this hole.
Not
Q,
a
have you
good
played
idea
this
to
game?
touch the broken glass.
Fine. She doesn't like that. I've got a safe key for something, and I've got key for this room.
The door was locked.
Okay, yes, come on. Have the key.
Now we were getting somewhere.
Being nasty to the lady paid off. You have the whole series. Fantastic. I was just saying, I haven't played this in years, and I didn't have this version of it, so... As you've played it, if I get stuck, you can help me.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. I didn't want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it.
Okay. You're old and have no memory. That's not true. I've heard your tales. You remember lots of things.
My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Carchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Hi Matthias, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Now I am stealing from a crime scene. This is getting better and better.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
Okay. Can I open these drawers? Apparently not. Theft is less than murder, so I'm fine. That's fair enough. Looting. Oh, this is just getting worse and worse and worse. Let's go for a nice sit down with my
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why.
I mean, I won't ask you why. Let's look at the art.
The painting showed the Carchons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
They had some puppers.
The painting was attached firmly to the wall. There was the very faintest of clicks.
Oh, mystery, mystery. This, we have a light switch.
I didn't need the lights on. It was light enough already.
Still, press it though anyway. Why did I decide to play this gem? That is a good question.
Behind the picture was a safe.
That I don't have a solid answer to, but I just felt like it, you know? Something, a good old classic. I've been playing a lot of spooky games lately, and this is a nice change. Got a safe key in here somewhere, haven't we? Let's put that there. What is this? A rug?
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Carchon was past caring.
Again, more theft. Thefting the artifact. Are we tomb raiding now? Right, I need ink. What can I use for ink? Got the blotting paper, but I don't have the ink. The door here. Give me this. That's my elephant. I know this
The
won't
blotter
work.
was flat already. Rolling the cylinder across it would achieve nothing. I didn't want to take the tray,
I
but
have
knew
paint.
that
I
could
have
use it.
French ultramarine paint. You get 3 hours in and then you uninstall and build a city. You do love your city builders and I enjoy watching them. It's not theft, that's archaeology. Yeah, I haven't played this. Well, the original was 96, was it? I'm not sure when it came out for the PlayStation. And I was a few years late coming to it,
I'd
so...
spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl. But also quite a clever one.
A clever girl. Oui, monsieur. But yeah, it's been about 20 years or so, so...
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated.
Mais le paint est sur le trait. See? We can do French. And now, give me this.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
It won't be blank if I put it in there. Paint all up in her pockets. What? Why is this being such a... Put that on there then. There we go.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned. But what did it say?
I don't know, but the paint matches her shoes.
It was some kind of coded message. It read, "Sub judice." I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message.
Did you?
The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The Conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law codes. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law codes, below the Conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Well, I've never pined for a life of poverty. These things are flashing at me. Let's have a look. Da-da-da-da, the coded message includes the word sub judice. I should follow the clues exactly by going to the quayside. The Ile de la Cité, literally under the concierge. And that's all our stolen swag, like the Hamburglar. Oh, now this door has handles. Cogs.
Locked. Not surprising, really.
Fair enough. Right. Guess we'll just tell Imelda we've stolen half the stuff. And just swan out before the police get here. The telephone icon. Let's have a look. Picture stash.
There was no one I needed to phone. Not until I had solved this case.
Fair enough. Okay, Imelda, I'm going now. I'm taking your paint, your precious artifact, your elephant.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving, do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask...
Don't worry. You were never here.
Sub judice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
Ile de la Cité.
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
Right, there's a boat. Look at it, she go, it's a boat.
An old boyfriend of mine owned a barge once. Dampest relationship I ever had. In every way.
I feel like Nicole overshares a little. Let's check out these things.
The fence wouldn't move.
I will point, and yes, I will also click. Till I bring the mime to justice.
This fence wouldn't move either.
I hope the mime doesn't turn up and punch me out again.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. It
Yeah.
was embroidered
On
on
the
the
cloth.
lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
He's not a very good mime. He should have just mimed punching me. Can I do anything with this? Oh, she says. Invisible box.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
They are strange. Ah, they're puzzles. You must move the rectangular block so the latch can slide all the way across, releasing the gate to open. Blocks move along their length, some horizontally, some vertically. This is as far as you got. To move a block, click on it and drag it horizontally or vertically. Okay. I want this. Move it. I'm gonna try it. I go, you know. Why don't these ones move? Why doesn't this one move? Okay, none of them have little hand icons now. Okay, yes they do. I'm just being silly. You're stuck here for 18 years. It's skippable just in case you get the fury. Yeah, I'll give it a little go first. Move this one. Okay, maybe I move that one. And that. No. Eh. Eh. Go that way. Go the other way. Do they move? Heck. Anyone who is better at puzzles than me. Okay. That's not what we want, is it? These ones won't move. They can only move on their orientation. Okay, so verticals move vertical. Horizontals move horizontal. I'm with you. Kind of. This, move that. Is Sarah good at these puzzles? Get her in here. You know, how do I skip? How do I open the locks? It's better than you. It's better than me, for sure. Well, I've completely locked this. You click and hold on the left of the screen. Slide all the way to the right, you think? But like this? That worked, that worked. We don't want a stream of me just moving tiles around. You must move the rectangular blocks, da da da. Okay, yeah, we know that. This one's harder. Absolutely don't understand. And as if by magic, you remember that and not anything before yesterday. I can't remember what I had for my tea yesterday. That's a lie. I can actually, for
For a room
once.
full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system. This place was definitely fishy, in more ways than one.
Fishy, fishy. You breaking stuff again, Nicole?
Oops. An old shell case. I wondered what that was doing there.
Old shell case. Yes, Q, song lyrics. I cannot, even when I want to, forget song lyrics. Have a look at this shell case.
The brass case was smooth and perfectly round.
Well, that's good. Did I put that back? Still got cog wheel icon on it.
Moving a skiff would only damage it more.
Skiff. Okay.
The words sinister and Dexter were carved on either side. Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right, but what did it mean here? The hole was too small even for my little hand.
Does this fit in it? No? What do these do?
Nothing happened.
What does this do?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Maybe the artifact goes in there. Oh, it does.
Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
Okay. I don't know which way to turn this now. Nothing happened. Sure.
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position. It felt like tumblers in a safe.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I hope so.
No handle, nothing obvious. But there had to be a way to open it.
Okay, yes, let me go back here.
I made a mistake. The lock reset.
Okay. Left one.
A satisfying... I must have made a mistake.
Okay. Left.
A satisfying...
Right.
Another click.
Okay, left,
Another
right.
step closer. Oh no!
Okay. Left.
A sat...
Right. Left. Satisfying click. I have the code. It's in my paint-filled pocket. Sinister Dexter. Sinister. SDSSDSS. Okay, let's reset this.
Oh no!
Shush. S.
A sat...
D.
Another...
S. S. D. S. S. Thank you, chat. Did that not work? There we go.
I love the sound of locks clicking open.
Adventure time. See, this is why I need chat. I mean, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't go wandering straight into these underground grottos.
Ut lex vel ut next sumito. To the law or unto death, submit. I guess these people didn't believe in liberté, égalité, or fraternité. Yes, I'll admit it. I was a swot at school. I also wore lipstick and the nuns never knew.
Those nuns knew, I assure you. Nuns know. Nuns know everything. walks quite slowly.
Oh my god!
Oh,
The slab
no.
came down with a hell of a force.
This is why I wouldn't go in there. You get locked in.
With nothing to hold it. If I was going to get a closer look at the panel,
Right. Well. Got a carved elephant.
the cross looked familiar. The panel wouldn't move. The panel.
Right, so would I lift this thing?
Lifting the cross closed the entrance door, and the cross looked.
How do I keep this up? Can I have a cloth? No. This is not the cloth. Got a save key, I've got a bullet. Can I wedge it up with a bullet? That would be strange and wouldn't make any sense to me, but... No. No. No, no, no. Can I get something from out here?
I really didn't want to pull the fence.
Okay, fair enough. She doesn't want to get trapped. Can I have a piece of boat?
Moving the skiff would only damage it more.
Yeah, and then I could have a piece of wood off it. And wedge up. Cross. Is there anything in the hints book?
I removed the stone cylinder.
Oh well, I took the cylinder back for a start. Combine the. It's true. You point and click puzzles. Always got to have a bit of randomness. I will look in the hints book. Hint 1. I'll need to prop it up with something solid. Okay, hint 2. While lifting the cross, use the I just tried that. Mm-hmm. I did just try that. Okay, give me the thing. Look. Oh, now it goes gold. I was on the wrong pixel.
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
Ah, classic point and click. What's this
I
say?
touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
Well, hopefully. This thing.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life. But whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
Of course it would be jammed. I was thinking the shell casing. I tried it because it was the thing that I had that would work, but I thought it's a bit small. So something behind the wall has jammed. Oh good, a car alarm is going off. Sorry if
The
you can
gap
hear
was
that.
too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
The cross is made of Italian meringue. Or meringue, as I like to say. This here? Need something thin, she says. Okay, the alarm stopped going. Okay, yeah, you've got to get it on the right pixel. Is the thing.
I was going to need something a lot stronger than a hair clip to free the door.
Give me my shell casing back then.
I removed the shell case. The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
Okay, let's see if we can reuse this over here.
The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to pry.
Okay, no. Let me try this all-useful shell casing.
The gap was too narrow.
Flatter.
I needed something flatter to work into it.
Would the card work? That would be a treat. She said the hairpin wasn't strong enough, but she says no. A cloth? No. Now we all like to play old games in top-end resolutions. The pixels are tiny. I swear they are. Obviously, when I played on a PlayStation, I had a controller as well. So, I'm just going to try everything. She says no. I try a cloth. No. Piece of blotting paper, a safe key, an elephant. I mean, sure, why not? Why not? It might work. It says no. We're cheating again. Hint 1. You need something flat and rigid to lever open the door. You have something metal. How could it be flattened? Okay, keep telling me. Okay. Right.
The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
I have to take this out, put the shell casing in the door. And slam the door down on it. These are some very imaginative puzzles that people come up with. Okay. We let that go, we pick this up.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
You've never been hated like a 90s point and click hates you.
The panel wouldn't move.
But I need to use the shell casing to... Okay, one end of it's flattened, so it will still work on this. Yes? They are punishing games. But this is what we grew up with. I mean, I didn't play this one so much. But I've played similar ones, and the puzzles were always, if not more obscure. I mean, if you grew up playing Myst, for example, you got extremely used to clicking around on a screen and not having a clue what you were doing.
I removed the shell case.
Do I need the right door open? Well, if I want to escape. Shell case. Go here. So that's in there. This is going in here. Escaping is for quitters.
Another good use for a shell case. Another secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for?
Well, I guess we'll walk in and find out, won't we, Nicole? Nicole, Papa. Too dark to see, let's leave.
Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
Right, well, I can't see anything, Nicole. It's for stating the stateroom. Into the stateroom we will do some stating. I hereby state that this room is too dark to be of use. What's this here? The blinking red light.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day.
Marvelous. This has got a switch on it too. Let's go into this mysterious underground grotto that leads to a
A
stateroom
door
and start
like that
pressing the buttons.
always has something important behind it. I had to find a way to unlock it.
You set fire to the chicken at key with the oxtail soup handle. It's true.
That wasn't going to help.
Why? Why wouldn't it help? Do I need that artifact thing again? The artifact. If I pull this artifact out and this door closes, I'll be unhappy. Yep. Yep, okay. Do it all again. Do it all again. What a mean game. Artifact. There you go. Anyone who buys this game now, I've solved this puzzle for you.
I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
And why are we here, my dear?
The flags had faded, but their message was still pretty clear. Fascist regalia, a message of hate.
Oh dear. Fascists are here. What else do we have? Let's have a look over here. This desk has something in it. Sorry, my Discord is beeping at me. I will just mute that. Right. Get in the drawers.
Inside the drawer,
Skelolf.
I found a note written in some kind of code.
Got a coded note. Welcome, Skelolf. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I played this on the PlayStation. Switch didn't have this whole section, so I'm quite happy to be able to try out this new bit.
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk.
There's a photograph of me. It's moi.
Oh my god. The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate. But come on, guys, I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big and organized. I was part of it, and people were getting murdered.
Nicole, are you causing trouble with your presence once again? That's the best French accent I can muster up. Apologies to any French viewers for absolutely mauling the language. The director's cut is fun. Added new life to an old classic. Yeah, it's great. It gives us all a reason to come back to it.
This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume. A penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link between the 2 murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon?
Nicole, Papa. Every time they say Nicole, Papa follows in my brain. Yep. No, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at my coded note. The note has been written using a substitution cipher. This means that a different symbol has been used to represent each letter of the alphabet. To crack the code, you must correctly match all the symbols to their corresponding letters, highlight a symbol, and then highlight the the corresponding letter. If you make a mistake, click on the Go Back button to step back, or you can reset the whole puzzle by clicking on the Reset button. Okay, this looks testy. So, right, click this. Click this. Maybe. We'll have a little go. And if it's too hard, we'll skip it. I'm just guessing letters here. No, that's not going to be right, is it? Because that's not a word. Nope. Good afternoon, Highly A Gaming. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. Feel. Is it L in M? Well, I'm good over here, Highly. I hope you're good. I hope everyone else is good. For anyone just tuning in, I'm MsYutani. Today we are playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Director's Cut. And I don't know how to solve this puzzle at all. What I'm gonna do, try the same places in both rows. So we reset like this. Try that. Day out with the wifey. Very nice. We're getting non-words up here. Is the trouble with that one? That would make this Maidmt. Okay. This puzzle is not hard. Yeah, I'm trying. Doesn't seem to be working. I guess you just gotta start with small words too. Like, you know, a 3-letter word with it to be the swap bottom and top. I can try swapping. I'll try swapping bottom and top, like Lewis here says, and then I will try making a word and scan off the first word in the second line. Could be choose. I'll do this a little bit first. This won't take me long to click these. I don't know. See, we're getting G's and F's there. Let's see if the first word in the second line could be choose. That would be that. Those would be... No. See, we got chuhuhu. Chuhuhu. Let's try making a the. Remove the D. Third line, you have a 2-letter word. Yeah, see, I've got a 2-letter word here, and the next word has... There's not that many words that have 3-letter words that have the last 2 letters be the same. So it could be don't think it's all because there's a 2-letter word above it. But I don't know. Off, it could be. Oh, it could be off. Let's try off. This isn't second. Makes the second word look a little wacky. Where's that? I'm going cross-eyed here. Got lots of ofs there. Of and off. 2 and 2. That would make sense. And I can't think of any words that would have that. We'll try 2 and 2. T would be. Lost it. That. Oh. No, I did that wrong. This and that. This and that. This could be that. This could be that. I'm gonna try it. Is that this doesn't look so bad. A is that's not looking like terrible nonsense. Where's that symbol? Not that one, it's this one. This doesn't look like nonsense so far. It looks like it's saying that ass. It could be. See if we can make it say that ass. It does say that ass. That ass though. We go back one because I think that might be L. Oh, ack. I can't click L. I could make all of this say swear words. This is it. Should we try? That could make that a W. Is that wiggly line? There it is. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Follow. I see follow. One of the middle sentences looks like it says this is not a. It could do. This has got to be follow, hasn't it? Getting there. Maybe. Not sure a word would start with U. It might do. But I can't think what letter would go between B and T otherwise, so I'm going to leave it there for the minute. After the all, it says O. Put S. Where's the all? At all of us. S. Caxy thing. That gives us is. This is good. This is good. You are being fantastic help. This is not A. Try N. That could be any. I think the U is wrong. It might be. But I don't know what other letter it could be as yet. I'm gonna try that. This is gonna be nonsense here, isn't it? There's too many Y's. We don't want that. D. Let's try D. Oh, it's coming. Am I correct? Oh, you're all saying I'm correct. Good, good. urgent. This is going to be urgent. Where's that Twizzler? We're actually going to solve a puzzle here, guys. We're actually going to solve. Pierre, PPP. Puzzle it up. Arno and something. This is not a coincidence. Where's that symbol? I've got. There it is. Indeed, it seems. And all of us who came together in something are in danger. Take great care. That one. Oh dear. It seems, indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July. In great danger. Now it's just names. It could coinky dinky. Right, we've got Q, V, X and Z, all the most useful letters. I mean, literally. Could be anything there. Right. Q. How do I know when I've done it and if all the letters aren't on it? Bet that's an X.
I had decrypted
There we
the
go.
note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
They ended.
I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't?
Indeed, le hasard. They had finished their secret coded top secret spy message with a little kiss. And that was very nice. Thank you very much, chat, for helping me out with all of that. I literally could not have done it without you. I would have totally skipped that.
The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone mouldy. It wasn't more than a day old.
Okay, we've looked at everything there. Did I look in this drawer? It's been so long. It's been 300 years.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens?
No, I put the drawer back in.
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village, and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side.
Cropped?
Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Carchon's to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
It has been a lot of new. Yeah, we still haven't got to George. Someone's calling.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Of course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Hurry
Ronnie,
back, Q.
2 hours ago, I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends. Powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
Aren't all newspaper editors American? In all the movies I've seen. Never seen a British one. Or German one. Or
Bonsoir, Collard.
a Greek
Monsieur
one.
Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
Well,
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
I'd be scared about the fascist office having my photograph on their desk. Café de la Chandelle, something?
I'd only been in Paris for a week,
It's George!
but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, here we are, back at the original start of the game.
As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was going to do. I was going to find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and the money, of course.
Of course, the money. It is nostalgic. But yeah, there was a good hour of extra content with Nicole there. Nice little backstory. A few puzzles, a little bit of adventuring. Very nice. Now, I have to remember what the devil to do here. Come on, George. It's on in français. Assassinat brutal de Pierre Carchon à la nation en état de choc.
The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman.
Salah Eddin 1345.
I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read, Salah Eddin, 1345.
There we go.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
You could at least try, George. You could at least try to pronounce it. Right, feel free to tell me things to click
I
on.
considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
Oh, and like Nicole. We'll go straight in and prod the corpse. We got, oh, the sad waitress.
I'd hoped the fact that the mirror was already broken meant I'd escape the bad luck.
Hey, lady.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
Sherry played George Nicey Nicey and Nicole Naughty Devils. I think... Yeah, why not? Why not?
No, but I used to play hospitals when I was a kid. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Okay.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a teat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
Gulp.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I was glad I wasn't picking up the check.
Oh, there she goes. That's Brandy for you. He is nice. He is a nice man. You can tell that these are the, which of these voice lines are the original recordings, because they sound, like, exactly the same as they used to.
Hey, wake up! She didn't respond. If I wanted another cappuccino, I'd have to serve myself.
Oh God, heaven forbid. Right, well, she's knocked out. Let's rummage through this.
The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
Now, is this... I may have looked away from the screen for a moment during the cutscene. He's in a grey overcoat, though. Is that Plantard? Is that the gentleman who was trying to meet Nicole? Let's ask this, maybe not, can we go over here? Look up there, right, let's go up here. See if we can have a chat with this chap.
Please, hold it right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Marsh.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Quite dead, monsieur.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Hey, on it.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yeah, I'm innocent, I'm an American. It's exactly what Sergeant Moo said. He's like, oh, you cannot design, huh? Thanks for dropping in, Lonnet. Did I see the man come in? No?
No.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
I did. I saw the evil clown.
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She doesn't remember seeing a clown, monsieur.
That's odd, don't you think, monsieur? Who am I to believe, I wonder? Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
I was going to say, he put the card in his pocket.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Ah, the troublemaker herself is here. Hey, Nico.
Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yep, that's right. On vacation in Paris. Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded.
Was Plantard.
You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nico Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown? It's him again.
It is him again. Let's ask about the clown.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Okay, let's ask about Plantard.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Plantard. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
Psychic interrogation.
How did Plantard get your name?
Through the newspaper, La Liberté. I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy, the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Plantard said he could supply me with more information. Somehow the clown must have known about our appointment.
Well. Yes, technically she has now linked 3 murders. That is true. Like, who's this American guy? Why is he quizzing me?
Why won't you tell me about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You
Smooth
tell me my
moves.
story and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. I'll be on some, monsieur.
Fine. I'll see you soon.
I didn't get to ask her another question. Well, okay. Got the lady's phone number, so... I had a very cute photojournalist called Nico Collard. But she did give me her number. That's what's important, isn't it, George?
Sergeant Moo?
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yeah, sure.
I had a run-in with a gendarme once, and much like Mo, they do pull the gun out, or at least show it to you. With very little provocation. It was fine before anybody thinks I did some dreadful thing. What is this? What is... Oh, that's the card. Let's ask about the waitress.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans
Well,
say.
we put
Once he gets
Americans-
his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
I don't think Americans say giving other once over like that. I've never done a crime. It was merely a mistake.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the clown? I don't think so. Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Can I read your mind?
No, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
Oh, there you go. That's the only difference between parapsychology and witchcraft. Lack of sacrifices. It's good to know.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantau.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
He means go home to America.
See you later, Sergeant.
Right, now let's see if we can have a chat with this gentleman.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
George could never be a terrorist. He's such a nice, bumbling chap.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
He's not going to tell us anything.
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quel bit. I could have knocked his block off.
I enjoy these, the English saying to me, knocking your block off.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
Here you go.
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Oh, George's getting cross. Let's see if we could.
Ah, look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tcha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this?
No.
Salah Eddin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend! Bucephalus reborn, mon ami! Like a streak of lightning she is! Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
I swear George just looked to camera. Keep an eye on my hole. I don't have time to read this. I will read it now. Okay, let's nick his stuff.
I found a T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
A T-shaped tool. What else have we got? Nico. What does that mean? I clicked on this small grey box and a little picture of
Hello,
Nico.
Nico
Oh, I'm
Kula.
phoning her.
Hello?
Okay.
It's George.
Oh, hi.
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
You found nothing.
No.
Look, I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any news, okay?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
See you.
I didn't know the grey box was a phone. The music did like me stealing. I'd steal more often if it's going to give me little musical refrains like that. Yeah, I didn't recognise that grey box as a telephone. Because it's outdoors. We do know that we have learnt something. We learnt that Saladin is a racehorse.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door. The door was securely locked.
Can I use my tool? No. No, monsieur. No using tools. I will go back. The not so smartphone. Right. Oh, we haven't been over here.
The
Ah,
clown had fled into this alley, but
That's
there
the
was no
alley.
sign of him now. I was intrigued by Nico and what she could tell me about the explosion.
George's dialogue is a little quiet for me compared to how loud Nicole's was in the new opening section. Well, I guess now we pretend this is LA Noire and we rotate some rubbish.
There was nothing of interest.
Okay, nope. That T-shaped tool is a manhole cover remover.
The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
But he might have gone up the drain pipe.
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe.
Nope.
I guess the clown hadn't escaped over the rooftops.
Right, I know what this is. Get that on there. Could be in the bin, but I don't want to mess with the bin clown, you know, unless this is Slipknot.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Oh my lord, are we going straight into the sewers? Straight into the sewers. Wrong glove, so voila, no bare hand. I'm gonna check bin clown isn't in there. I feel like that could use subtitles. It says like meows in French. Come on then, down the hole. Ah, a sewer. How delightful.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Let's have the icon. That's cute.
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words, La Risée du Monde, Paris. It was a bright red plastic nose, part of a clown's costume. The card read, Augustin Rousseau, and gave an address to the south of the Montparnasse Cemetery.
I don't think I'd want to carry it around if that's what it was, Q. I would have to put that straight down. Are we carrying on into the sewers? Come on, click, click. I click you. There we go.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
Kind of breakfasts you've been eating, George? You should treat yourself to better breakfasts. Treat yourself.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
That'll be what he wiped his face with, I presume.
It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
That'll be a bit of his clown costume.
It was the scrap of material I'd found in the sewer.
Nope, can't go over this side, that's fine. Yep, I click. There we go.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat.
You saw it.
I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that.
Fat pigs.
Keep your distance, monsieur.
Do they have those in
okay.
France?
Now, what were you looking
Is
for?
that just a treat we have in this country? Right, I am looking for... What is that icon of? What is that icon of? Let's ask about the clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu! That is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu! Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
I didn't get any tours of the sewers when I was in France. Briefly. Le Fatberg. Bella Fatberg. In the sewers. Right. Let's ask him about... briefcase.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo! Huh? You need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
I'm going on a sewer tour of Europe. That sense,
Do you know the waitress
No.
at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
it's the original gangster, George Stobart.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type. Just like you.
Oh, let's show him the card.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise.
Oh, suddenly he likes me.
Yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Oh, now do I have to ask him everything? I should have given him the card first. Okay, lesson learned. Give him the card first.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron. But he did not know what he was up against. Oh no! He made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me
Oh,
for
gosh.
each visit.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
And now we know a little bit more about the waitress. Always pretend to be the fuzz first. I don't know if that's applicable in all situations, but here, it would have been good.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Hi, Long Dagger. I don't know if the voice actors are actually French or if they are doing their very best French accents. I'm enjoying them though. Do I want to show him everything? Maybe.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
Are you the clown, my friend, monsieur? Very convenient for you to be standing here.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
Q is accusing them all of being Welsh distancing.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Ah, that is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
I mean, I could put my Welsh accent on a bit stronger if you like. It has worn off a bit in recent years.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
And what was the tailor's name?
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck.
That'll be gone then.
Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I
The
think?
sou.
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
Exactly. Whose coat's that jacket? Whose shoe's that boot? I went outside, and there was my bike gone.
What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. a little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Is this turning into a picking on the Welsh stream?
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
I hope I catch the killer soon.
So the clown had escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
George's real name is Shadwell. He has a collection consisting of a comb and a pencil. Yes, yes. Alright, maybe I should call the tailor. Yes, let's call him.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Clowns.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
And know nothing about no clown.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
George is so dramatic.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight,
sorry,
Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Well, there we go. Nothing else to ask him about. I think you're right, Q. I think Todrick is telling fibs.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Yeah, Todrick. Yeah. Should I call Nicole? I don't think I have anything else to find here. I'll call Nicole.
Hello, Nico Collard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
Again, George with the smooth moves.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there, but who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Yeah, Skull-Off. Yeah, this Broken Sword 5, I think, was last year. I haven't played it, so I can't speak as to the quality of it. And I didn't read any reviews for it either, because I haven't followed the series for a long time either. So I'm just reveling in some nostalgia here. Is there anyone in chat who could help me out with a household discussion? This thing that is up here hanging off the ceiling with her washing drying on it. What do you guys in chat, what do you call one of those? Because I'd be curious to know, and it would settle a discussion over here. Yeah, I remember Broken Sword 3. A drawing in a game queue. You know what I'm after. An era. Yeah, that's one word. It gets called a fragoly in this house. And I don't know where that word's come from. But yeah, Broken Sword 3. I remember playing on the Xbox, the original Xbox. And it was a very different type of game. It had, like, you know, platforming and things. It wasn't just point and click. You played that one on PC? Yeah. I didn't have a PC at that time. I didn't have a PC for years, so I get to relive all my old console adventures and more on PCs now. Long Dagger wants one now that he sees it. The one with the meatpacking factory with questionable meats. Lovely, delicious, questionable meat. But yeah, 3 and 4 were actiony. 2 was more of this. I could get a PlayStation Classic with all the classic games. I still have the PlayStation, so if I could figure out what cable and capture card I would need that would work with a original PlayStation and all that, you know, or ideally a Dreamcast. I love my Dreamcast. 2 was great. Yeah, I didn't get to play 2. I can't remember if 2 came out on the PlayStation or any other consoles. So I was very much console gamer at the time. Fellow Dreamcast fan, high five to you. I give you 10 internet cool points. But yeah, it's 3 o'clock. So that is the end of my time with you here on this channel today. Thank you to all chatters, lurkers, watchers, listeners, loiterers, malingerers. If you want to join in with any of my future streams, you can follow my channel over at twitch.tv/MsYutani, which maybe Greenman Gaming could politely link for me in the chat so people can click on it if they want. And don't forget, good prices on games at greenmangaming.com, including this one and others. New ones, old ones, medium-aged ones, fast ones, slow ones. Thank you, Greenman Gaming. Also, thank you for letting me stream on your channel. And I hope you've all had a nice time. And I hope to see you all again soon. So, thank you very much, Scalolf. Scalolf, I'll get the hang of saying your name very soon. But yeah, thank you everybody. It's been really good fun. I shall see you all again, hopefully soon. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are. Cheerio!